Hey, what is up lads? Cats and Corral here, back playing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we started off in front of the headmaster's room. We were attempting to break it down. However, Toko discovered a body while she was inside Jack. That was a body that we don't know who it's from. It suggested it's either Kyoko or Mikuri Kasaba. Also, Monokuma didn't really show up until the very end. He thought it was uninstalled. Not uninstalled, just inactive. But that was not the case. I just found out in the latter minutes of last episode. So, let's get into this episode, shall we? This is going to be an investigation of episodes too, so... And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a long investigation. So we'll see how it turns out. Alright. Oh wait, damn it, I clicked R1 too fast. Well, we start this game when Monokuma gave us the... It's like the Monokuma file. Fifth one. No? I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a vit knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. Yep. It's very ambiguous. Unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. Or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. No wait, hold on. Alright, I'm back. Just a little call from my mom. So, Monokuma file thought has been added to our truth bullets. Oh, and we're back here where the body... Or the burned body now. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one edge to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Alright, first I'm gonna inspect the body, of course. Maybe I'll check the tool house also. Yeah. If I check the bottom, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Yeah. What can I scan? 4 different places, huh? Let's check here. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh, I'm guessing that's because that's where you put out the water, huh? Because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the top part that was on the fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Okay. Let's check the middle now. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Okay. How about this section where the boots are? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire. So I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay, you're asking me? Right. There's got... And... Yeah, there's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. It seemed like they get in the way of normal activity. Yeah, fake nails. Also, there's something on the back of her hand. Is this tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo on the right hand? Okay, mate. I think that's it. The dead body doesn't have anything else. There's the survival knife. Oh, there's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be that knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have shown over here. Most likely, mate. The Monokuma also said that the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this... The knife, it's probably most likely the knife, right? The knife that the person was holding. Mask cunt. Oh fuck, this is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And the same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because what? When they attacked, I was in some kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. Maybe then I don't think that will actually happen, mate, though. If this really is Kyoko, that would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? Oh no, man. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Oh, the knife is a true bullet. Anything else? Wait, there's a small spot over here. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Fragments of a dead body. I don't know what it means by there, but maybe something. Maybe I'm missing something. Can't check that anymore. How's the plant doing? How's the plant doing, man? Oh, come with flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plants, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. Okay. Before I go into the tool shed, or the chicken coop actually, I'll check that out first. I want to talk to Kyoko. So, who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Oh. Okay. Let's check the chicken coop right now. No, not the monitor. I don't want that. Damn it. Alright. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. Oh? There's 4 chickens. Just 4? What happened to the 5th chicken? What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course. There were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? If you look over here, mate, there's only 4 chickens here right now. We're 1 short. What is this man stopping about? So weird. I wonder when it disappeared. What? I was down here just before nighttime last night. And there were definitely 5 chickens then. What? What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. Conspiracy! It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore here and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens. Okay. I don't think any other people will have anything useful to say, so let's go to the tool shed. Just to be sure. I should take a look at the tool shed. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. There's a thing over there. That was not there earlier. The room does seem like disorganized. In other words, a stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? No, I don't think there was, mate. Should probably look into that. Could be related to the case. Now, let's see that. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Tarp. Okay. That's the one thing that in here that concerns me. Well, let's check the axe too. Is there anything else? There's something carved over the handle. Pretty diamond. That's the same thing that's been written on Mondo's coat. It's very Mondo, but still really intrigued, but not too sure what about it. Okay. Can we leave the case? No. I don't know what to click on next. Actually, let's check the sprinkler system. Let's see what's popping over there. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Ooh, which would mean the murder must have taken place. Sprinklers, huh? Alright. I don't think there's anything else. Now let's just talk to, I guess, Hyakuya. I'm thinking he has the most thing to say. No, he actually wants to talk to me. What do you want to talk to me about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. An alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nap time began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime begun, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone, so I could tell them about Monokuma. He has been spending the most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I left last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So, murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is with Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, we went to go look at Hina and Toko. We stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was deep asleep. Had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So now what? What now? You seem to be quite at the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Byakuya's a camp? Alright, mate. Wait, Hiro says he's in the garden a lot, so I want to talk to him too. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
You're serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then, I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Kyoko. What time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot right now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Yeah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So, I think we can say for sure that the body was just found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. When the body was found. Okay. Alright, Kyoko doesn't have anything else to say, so... Seeing as something? Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked? Before it blew up? If I remember right... It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. There was a little knife sticking out of the stomach. The area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how bloody there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Oh, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So, thank you too. Body before the explosion. Alright, I think I've checked everything I need to in this area. I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the fragment I found before. I need to go somewhere. I need to go there and confirm my suspicions. I should only find out more about Kyoko also. Is that totally Kyoko? If that's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? I don't know, man. I highly doubt it. If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe, if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
Oh, it's Byakuya.
What?
Limit my options.
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me get borrow her room key. Alright. Yo, he got me. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later. At the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime I should look somewhere else. It should change out that one area. And what would be that one area, mate? Just lay that shit on the map, lad. Oh, the gym? Okay, let's go over there, I guess. Wait, is this talking about the bomb? Or a certain part of Monokuma that we took out? Wait, where's the bomb? There's only Monokuma's dead daddy. Monokuma is laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here. Of course.
You know?
The bomb. I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb? Okay. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. So, if that was the bomb? Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Wait, are you fucking kidding me? Where is he even there? Apparently he still is. Alright, mate, get the fuck out of here, cunt. I wanna see what this fag wants from me. Well, I just want to see Kyoko's roommate. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Ah, wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance. I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Alright. Let's go. And there's Byakuya already here. Do I just go in here? Can't unlock it myself. I need to ask Byakuya. Of course. I don't know why I plunged in first. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole. And then clicks. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Alright mate, let's check this out. Check out what's popping in this area. Ooh. So, this is Kyoko's room. Got a pink pillow on the bed. No stuff. But there is this thing. Okay, let's check out the bed first. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least, not as far as the piece is concerned. Alright. Now, let's stop looking around. Check this out. There's something on the table. It's a wooden block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers of the really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly
But
possible.
if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Whoa. What a block key says. Me now? Let's teleport our asses towards that dojo. But I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. Hey. There you go. Oh, the exit option's not even here, so I guess we can't. Yeah,
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take my time out of my research to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking us around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of discretion here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier Kyoko gave me something. Oh, the letter!
It's true.
Ooh, it's a symbol of determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. Alright. I'm sure I have it in here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. He said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Oh, okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under a sheet.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under sheets. Could it be under the bed? I mean, there are sheets on bed, you fucking bitch. But what could be hidden under the bed sheets, though? Part of me didn't expect anything, find anything, as I looked up the sheets. What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Oh, this is class number 78 student registry? Bakura Ikasaba. Oh, so it's an informational paper? It appears to be Bakura Ikasaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and... that's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said that death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. What is a statement? Name Bakura Ikasawa. sex female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training on her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Hey, this is her profile as a truth caller, huh? Sounds like some XOF shit. The ultimate soldier and mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in? It's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear this name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming a hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh, you saw her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out
Come
on me.
on
I'm not gonna
now.
hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I didn't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag the cloak out here and slice it up and devour it. There's omnivores, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built under dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is. How can I? In fact, the subject of fairness. Would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hall, way back then, there were 15 people, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed!
Total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16! 16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the
Mukuro
16th
Ikusaba
student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the Ultimate Despair.
The ultimate
Watch out for
despair?
her.
But why the ultimate despair though? I thought she's the ultimate soldier. The 16th student is Mikuru Kusaba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is... Yucky looks pissed. Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling this? Oh, well, because I like Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up into a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense.
Well now.
Almost over my mouth. Okay, that's all for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Okay. Monokuma's account is a truth bullet. Alright. So Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. Please, trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Makuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Makuro is the one creating the rules for the game. But why would you tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Makuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of the 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Makuro is related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing gang. Makuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Makuro Ikasaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? You thought Makuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words,
Makuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say at the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Makuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. He wants us to suspect Makuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That is what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Makuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Nope, don't. Damn it! Fuck. There you go. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo are really connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Well, I guess we're being dragged in. Just like earlier. Let's class trial 2. 6th one, right? That talking to Byakuya? Hurry up and check that locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Yeah, okay. Let's check it. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like the super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? That's probably the key we found in that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. Insert that bitch. Collect it. The locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. And it opens to what? There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made out of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong-held sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows, huh? Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. The duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Anything? Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Gyakya? Forget it. Come on, you need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Makuru was a part of? But how are we supposed to find that out? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We have only so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Oh man, my throat is getting dry. Okay. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. You have to seem to know your archive like the back of his hand. It went straight to the shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. It quickly returns with a file in the hand. Alright. Can I see it, mate?
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers don't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it to you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely all ceased activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and that they simply imploded. So they had either a civil disagreement, or they just got neutralized. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. It is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. The battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use here. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. The word Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? It showed that they're a member of this team. Each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on the body. What would that be? What? Got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... Oh, Makuru's profile has been updated. Oh! It's time, lad. The investigation is over.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us
Wow.
little by
That kinda
little
makes
until the
good
end.
sense.
You should really think about that.
No,
anyway,
fuck off.
it's time to begin the class trial. So,
Yay.
please meet up in the usual spot.
Ah, shit.
See you later.
Yeah, this is gonna kill us. Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Alright. Well, that's investigation for this part. I would think it would be a little longer since this is an unknown student, but I guess not, so... Anyways, I'm gonna leave it up there, and... Don't forget, I want you lads to leave a like if you actually like this video. And also share with your other friends if you did like it too. And don't forget that there's new videos every day. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in whatever episode I'll make next, lads. Peace.